celebration planned that runs from 8 p.m. to midnight, which I think should have happened for Oogie Boogie Nights, personally.
Yep.
But 8 p.m. to midnight, and you're going to have six different parties in different lands. So you'll be able to attend those, and that's why I said these are the six reasons to attend Marius Nights, because not only do you get the a Christmas fantasy parade, which is one of Disney's best parades.
Yep.
Um, then you get, of course, the amazing holidays merchandise that they come out with, and the food. So they always come out with some amazing kind of treat
Yep.
and drink. And
Mm-hmm.
but the parties, I think, are what's going to make this unique and fun.
Yep.
So you'll have the Tomorrowland, Main Street, Fantasyland, New Orleans Square, Frontierland, and Adventureland parties, which are all hosted by a different group of characters.
Yep.
I think this will be the reason that you'd want to see Marius Nights at all, because otherwise, everybody's going to be able to get to see the amazing Christmas parade. It has one of the most amazing soundtracks, and I will be putting up the video. Right now, I have the Halloween Screams preview parade up on the website, but I will
Yep.
be adding the Christmas parade, because as much as they play the music and you can't get it out of your head, it's just some of the best holiday music that Disney has ever produced.
Right. Right. We love a good Disney parade, don't we? They always bring a bit of a tear to the eye. Watching
I'm
from
going to
afar.
give you a little bit of something that we didn't discuss. A little special nod to a very special parade coming out.
Right. Yep.
Um, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is
Oh yes.
getting a Disney Wish float.
Right. Yeah, that's something we didn't discuss. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that as well. So that's like it's kind of like a big blow up ship.
It's a huge Disney cruise ship.
Yeah. and and we also getting like a Star Wars Baby Yoda, wasn't it? Grogu as well. Didn't we?
That's
Did we?
very, yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't
Yep.
I haven't seen anything of it, but in my recent hop around, my the travel website, that
Yep.
I'm a part of, the company that I work for.
Mm-hmm.
um
Yep.
I saw like the concept art for this new float that's coming, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This thing
Yeah,
is
that
going to be
looks.
massive.
Yeah, it is. So the Thanksgiving parade is the Macy's one is on Thanksgiving, isn't it? So does that
Yes.
sort of go live on one of the channels
Yes,
over
it
there?
does. And I want to say that it's NBC, but I'd
Okay.
have to
Yep.
double check on that. But
Yep.
yeah, it definitely does. It runs, I believe, from, I think the schedule that I saw was 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern Standard Time.
Uh huh.
So that would be for here. That would be 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I think with the time difference, it's probably around seven
Right.
o'clock in the
Yep.
morning.
Yeah, awesome. So that's great. And yeah, we've got holidays coming up. Of course, Halloween's still going on. We've got Halloween coming up on Sunday. We'll talk about that later because there's a lot going on around the world. And I did want to bring in some other parks from around the world as well to talk about. Um, but let's stay with Disneyland just for the minute. And we've got this new store that just opened up as well, haven't we? The Plaza Point shop. And you wrote a story on that, so thanks for that, Chase. And
Yeah.
what's sort of happening in the shop, and what sort of merchandise can we expect there this year?
Well, this used to be the photo supply company, and
Mm-hmm.
those kiosks were moved just outside the front gate to where the newsstand is. So the kiosks
Right.
that used to be in this building are now just outside. You can still get your photos that you took throughout the park
Mm-hmm.
over there, and this shop and seeing it and in live videos and the pictures that I found is just beautiful. It's not a very big shop,
Yep.
um, but it is just jam packed with just amazing holiday merchandise, mostly Christmas, but they will be adding ornaments and decorations that are from other holidays. So they have a section that's for Halloween, and they'll have things like they had some other ones that they mentioned, like Easter, possibly. Some of the other like big holidays that they'll be doing. They'll have little trinkets and gifts and stuff. But what really impressed me for this whole thing is, you have an area where they can customize the ornaments for you,
Mm-hmm.
which is just really really cool. I love that they'll sit there and they'll paint your name
Yeah.
or a date or something onto the ornament for you and completely customize it for a decent price. It's not very expensive to get the customization, and they'll do it right there in the front of the shop. There's a little studio space like right off of the front that you can see them working.
Mm.
And but the other thing that's so amazing about this is they made a story that
All
goes
right.
with it.
Wow.
And so kind of like the story that went behind the Jungle Cruise, um, this store also has a story about how it came to be, and this particular character and her travels around the world
Right.
picked up different trinkets that she thought would sell really well in her shop. And
Uh-huh.
so there's an entire character that they came up with, who runs this shop. And I just thought that was really
Yeah, that's
amazing. And I hadn't heard of them doing that um,
in the
in
past.
other, around the parks. But
Yep.
now that's getting really popular to say there's a story behind every shop that we have, which I think
Yep.
is cool.
Yeah.
So the merchandise is amazing. They've got besides just ornaments and little trinkets, they have a lot of things for your house. So like throw pillows and things for your kitchen, and blankets, and it's just a very very colorful, vibrant, beautiful little store.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. And like that's what Disney's all about. I mean, every ride you go on, even when you're lining up to go on that ride, there's some sort of story behind it that they're telling you to brief you. And I think that's what's really different about Disney compared to other parks. I mean, they're just so good at that storytelling, and they've got so much depth in story to really to bring to us because of so many. Hello, Zane. Because of so many, because of so many stories they've had over the years. So yeah, that's great. The next thing I kind of wanted to look at was a closer look at Sleeping Beauty Castle. So we've got a sort of the first sign of snow, I believe, happening on the castle for the year.
Yep.
Of course, we don't have an official look. We're still in Halloween, guys. Let's calm down a little bit. We still don't have an official, a turnover to holiday season until November. Help me out here, Chase. When
12th
is it? 12th. Okay, so we should
November
have an
12th.
overnight transformation at that time with the castle. But
But the elves have to get a jump start on
yeah,
this.
yeah, they do because it's a huge thing. Because they've got to put in a lot. Like they've got to take out all of Halloween and get in Christmas. But it's interesting this kind of crossover as well from Christmas to Halloween, where you see a bit of Christmas in the park. It's like going into some of the department stores we have here, and we've got a bit of Halloween and Christmas at the same time.
You're like, guys, pick a holiday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they kind of Halloween's on sale, and holidays are just coming in, so you get that sort of yeah. It's an interesting merge, I guess. But so what happens to the castle during this transformation? Obviously, we've got the snow caps on already, but
Yep.
to come will be some of the some wreaths that go on it, and also the icicle lights that surround the castle. And
Yeah, so it gets a beautiful wreath, it gets garland, and it gets lights and the icicles which are coming off of it. Right now there's not too many of the icicles up, and they haven't put the major lights on. Those will
yep,
come later.
yeah,
But the true sign of the transition to holiday is the Christmas tree, the 60
yeah,
foot like plus Christmas tree,
yep,
which are just amazing because California Adventure gets one and Disneyland gets one,
yep,
and it's just a beautiful way to ring in the holidays. So I
mm,
mean, I think Halloween for Disneyland is so much fun, but you can't go wrong with all of the decorations that go up to in Disneyland. It's even that much more magical, which I think is why everybody loves Christmas time at Disneyland.
yeah. And over there in Disney World as well, you get the huge gingerbread house as well, which is in one of the hotels, and you get Christmas trees throughout every hotel there. And when I say like
Yep,
Christmas trees, not something just they stick in the corner. These things are massive.
they're
A-
huge.
and you get them in the Disneyland hotels as well, and in fact probably Disney hotels across the world. But yeah, it's something to see holiday season. It just goes a step beyond, and it seems to get bigger and bigger every year. And I'm so happy to see it back in Disneyland because, of course, we didn't have Christmas in Disneyland last year. So
Right.
it's so great to see it come back.
It's sad knowing that we missed like all of these amazing things in 2020, but
Yeah,
I think they're really they're doing all that they can to make it the most amazing holiday season now that we're back, we're here,
yeah, yeah,
and
for sure.
I can't wait. I'm going to Disneyland on November 8th
Yeah,
because I wanted to go on Thunder Mountain. That's my reasoning for Thunder Mountain reopens on November 5th. I want to be
right.
there to ride Big Thunder.
Absolutely. Big Thunder is one of the best rides in the park.
Absolutely.
Yep, yep. So that'll be great to see you on it. Of course, just got a little this little QR code here. Let me bring it up. So this is Chase's TikTok channel, and Chase, whenever he's in the park, is streaming live for hours and hours and hours. So just get your phone up to that one and click on that one. So when Chase is over in Disneyland, you can follow his travels over there. So we're looking forward to seeing you there again. That'll be awesome. I
Yeah.
just let's stay with Christmas, and let's take a look at what happened, what's been happening the last couple of weeks in terms of merchandise. Because I mean, we haven't finished with Halloween yet, but there's been a lot of merchandise that's come through. So let's take a look at it, and tell. I mean, you've got the plush here this year. Looks like they're wearing like what we like to call here in Australia is a parka. Mickey's got on there.
Nope, that's absolutely what it is. Yep.
Yes, yep, absolutely, yep, absolutely, and super cute again this year. They're kind of going for the red and white look this year, aren't they? In fact, in the park, if I could just quickly switch over to this. No,
We will talk about that though.
yeah, we will talk about it in a sec. But yeah, so they're going for this kind of red and white look this year throughout the parks and throughout the merchandise. But what do you think of the new ears and all the new merchandise that's coming through this year? How does it
I
compare with
personally
past year?
love the plaid. I love when Disney
Mm,
does the red and black plaid.
yep.
And I would just be so happy if they brought back that amazing Spirit jersey they had, and it was either 2018 or 2019,
Right.
but they had an incredible holiday spirit jersey
Yep.
with the plaid. I wasn't a fan of like the candy cane one that came out with like the stripes, but I really liked that plaid one that filled in the Disneyland letters, which
Yeah.
looked so cool. And they sold out so fast.
Yeah. So, and here's the one. Here's the kind of look this year.
The
Which is,
sweaters, yep.
yeah, a little bit different, but really, really nice. Yeah, kind of that Disneyland sweater's really cute as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we got some really good baby stuff there as well. Look, in all of this, guys, is available on Shop Disney as well.
Shop
So head over
Disney.
there if you can't get into the parks. But get in quick because I know a lot of this stuff does sell out really, really fast. Just like
Yep.
events at the park do as well. They do sell out really, really fast. We should really get my wife Maria on because she's a Disney expert in terms of merchandise. So maybe we'll get her on to feature this next week. But great new merchandise for the holiday season. And yeah, really looking forward to getting my hands on some of that, Chase. And will you, when you go to the parks in November, well, to Disneyland in November, you're looking to pick up any particular merch or anything like that this time around? Is there anything you've got your eye
Probably
on?
not that I can think of right off the top of my head. So,
Yep, yep,
a lot of it is probably just going to be, hopefully I will be able to manage my time a little bit better. The time does, California does observe daylight savings,
mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm,
they jump an hour back.
yep,
We stay the same. Arizona is one of two states, like we're one and two. Arizona and Hawaii do not change over for daylight savings. So,
yep.
um, it's easier to kind of keep track of things that way. But
Yeah,
so I probably won't have to leave as early in the morning to get there
yep.
the following day.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, fantastic. So turning away from the holidays, like we're really excited about the holidays, and we'll bring you more updates as we actually get into holiday season. But something did happen since we talked last, Chase, and we last talked about Genie Plus and what it was all about. But since then, we've sort of seen Genie Plus sort of come alive, haven't we? And we've seen a lot of comments about how it's sort of working throughout Disney World. We still don't have a date. Am I right for this coming to Disneyland as yet? Yeah,
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 not yet. I'm guessing, now that it's out, it'll probably take a few weeks of Disneyland, making sure they've, worked out any type of bugs that Walt Disney World got with like a pilot, test of it. And then they'll be able to open it up. But I still haven't seen any attractions with any signage except for when I went the last time and I saw um, Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. That was the only one. But I
mm-hmm.
did notice now that I saw several different, people riding different attractions, they actually did a much better job than I initially thought they did of
Right.
theming the signs for the attraction.
Okay.
Um, so they actually did take that into consideration and didn't do just like a crazy, thrown together sign for each attraction. They are very themed. The
Okay.
one I saw, I think, was for um, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train,
Yep.
and it looked amazing. The Lightning Lane sign looked amazing.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm
good.
hoping they put that same kind of work into the attractions over at Disneyland, and they
Mm.
make really amazing attraction appropriate signs that kind of fit into the look of everything.
Yep.
But I have a feeling that they will, and so far it's people have been pretty impressed with it. The first day was kind of rough, but that's kind of how technology is with
Yeah.
Disneyland when you're
Yep.
trying to get something done, if you want to try and buy tickets for something, if an event, a magic key, annual pass,
Yep.
trying to get on their technology is a nightmare. But
Yeah.
but now that we're past the very
All
first
that.
day, it looks like some people who have tried it, who typically wouldn't, are actually liking it and say that it works pretty well and that they haven't had any trouble getting the attractions that they want to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, it's kind of nice because you still do have that attraction where you have one lightning lane at a time, but then you can't use Genie Plus for the same attraction over and over. So you once you use it for Genie Plus, then you have to wait in standby the next time, and I think that's working out well.
Okay, cool. So that's really good. That at least it's working well for people. I just want to ask you just quickly as well about Magic Key situation, which we have discussed weeks ago. Have you heard anything regarding Magic Key? We know that a lot of dates opened up in terms of reservations for people after there was a bit of a problem with Magic Key. Have you heard any comments since then? I know a few vloggers are over the other side of the country for the 50th, and we sort of haven't heard from them. But no reports coming in or any more complaints coming in about Magic Key that you know of, Chase?
I actually everything focused around this and annual passes in general and what's going on with um the Magic Keys. This seems to be focused just on Disneyland. It doesn't seem to be
Mm,
quite the same with Walt Disney World.
yep,
I haven't seen the same uproar from annual pass holders in Magic Kingdom over at on the East Coast, and then
yep,
so everybody who's over with a Magic Key on the West Coast and visiting Disneyland seems to have the most trouble. And I
yep.
haven't seen that less like becoming less of an issue. They have broken it down that if you're buying a ticket, your available dates are pretty much wide open.
Mm,
There's like almost nothing you can't do, and there's probably a much higher chance that you'll be able to do like a day of reservation compared to a Magic Key. If you want to try and do a day of reservation with a Magic Key, it's almost impossible.
yep,
You're just going to have people snatching them up so quickly that you're never going to be able to just say, "Oh, I feel like going to Disneyland today," and just
yep,
walk through the gates and say, "Okay, I got my reservation." It's not going to happen. So I think that this stems really from how many people in California actually get the annual pass compared to Walt Disney World.
yep,
And I think they should have known that from the beginning because it's always been that way. Disneyland knew that most of their attendance came from annual pass holders.
yeah, yep,
And so to expect anything different when you have a Magic Key is kind of, if they didn't do that, shame on them.
yep,
but I think I'm hoping that maybe we see a change with this. I don't think too,
yep,
um, and having like managing it a little bit better because um, the capacity allotment that they have for just regular paying guests and then annual pass holders and key holders, is very, very different. It's, and that's just comparing calendars. There's almost nothing available in November and December for a dream key holder. But yet you switch over to somebody who's paying almost $200 a ticket, every day is open,
yeah,
every park.
yeah. That's
So
right.
they clearly have a very different amount of tickets that they're making available. And then what happens is if they don't get quite enough people who are paying tickets, then they kind of let some dates drizzle over.
Yeah,
So, and
that's
that's
right.
what's making people, that's what's
Absolutely.
got people kind of ticked off and wondering why they bought the pass. But I haven't had any issues. I'd like to just, make sure we mention that. I
Yeah.
haven't had any problems, but at the same time, I don't have any real um like hang-ups for certain days. Like it's not like I can only go on weekends or I can only go on these different weekdays. My schedule is pretty much like whenever I want to go that seems like it's going to be a good time, and I just find a date that works that I like. So,
Yep.
if you do have issues where like your job only has weekends off, then yeah, it's going to be a lot harder for you,
Yeah, absolutely.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's I'm really glad, and the theming seems to be a little bit better for us as well. That's really, really good news, and it sort of paves the way for Disneyland to bring on Genie Plus now, which we kind of think is going to come for the holidays. We haven't had any sort of. We're kind of thinking we might get it,
I
sort
was
of
I was
mid-November.
looking at some stuff. I'm going to pull this up here really quick.
Yep.
I was just looking at something, and I pulled up an article from the Orange County Register, and its title is "Why Genie Plus May Make Sense for Daily Disneyland Visitors, but
Yep.
Might Not for Pass Holders."
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that that's probably going to be the case. That
Is in Star Wars and tells us a little bit about it. It's kind of like an education thing. But from what I can see from the trailer, it looks really good. We are just before Christmas Day, isn't it? Book of Boba Fett. I think it's the 23rd, something like that.
I get that pretty soon.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Chase. I'm getting you in and out, losing you at the moment. I think we're having a little bit of internet trouble here on my side of things. So we'll try and get through that as fast as we can. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so this looks really good. This series, I'm really looking forward to it. And come out for Star Wars lately. A lot of people sort of loved it or hated it. You were sort of on the fence about it. I know that, Chase. So it's good to see something else come through. Is there going to be any expansion on that series, the anime series? Do you know, Chase?
I am not sure whether they'll do like a season two.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how they do rating on Disney Plus, but maybe it didn't go as highly rated as what they kind of expected. Maybe I'm not sure, but we'll see if that actually happens. But I think talking about Star Wars, 2022 is going to be really the year. So what have we got coming out next year in terms of Star Wars series, Chase? We've got. Help me here. So we've got Ahsoka coming out. We'll see season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Andor.
Yeah, season 3 of The Mandalorian. And we've also got, what else is coming out? We've also got Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi series
Yeah,
coming
and
out.
Andor. So Andor and Kenobi and Ahsoka. And I want to say there was something with the droids, but I haven't seen anything with that lately.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be a big year next year for as yet, or?
I don't think so, unless it's on the actual website.
Right, right. Okay, cool. So moving on past that, so the 50th celebration that's going on over there in Disney World. We've had Brian's Magic Life and big. What do you think's been the best part of the 50th for you looking from outside? I mean, we've had two new fireworks displays. We've had, of course, the overlay of the castle being lit up very, very well as well. And for me,
That's my favorite.
yeah, I probably have to say as well that has been my favourite part of the 50th. Just amazing show. And, you know, get over to Brian's Magic Life and take a look at a video he did, which I'm just going to bring up in a second, of Epcot, because that was a really good video that Brian had actually done. Let me get to his channel. We'll take a look. Here we go. And like I said, I'm having trouble with my internet here in home base here at the moment. I'm just going to go back to his channel and show you where it is. Sorry, guys. You can see that I've got the hated spinning wheel here. But here it is. So how about this light show, Chase? What do you think of this amazing light show that, you know, that Epcot
It's so incredible, man. When change that right there, that's like mind blowing. I was just like, that is so, those colors are so incredible. And I was just like, it's like, you know, it's almost like our logo colors.
Yeah, it is. It is almost like our logo colors.
They used our logo colors.
Yeah, that's a great shot of spaceship stuff. I'm not 100% sure how they've done this, whether they've created lighting on the... I'm sure there's a bit of projection mapping here as well. But there's also some
but
lights.
The lights, there's like one on each tip.
Yeah.
There's like a light on each tip of the you know, the thing. And so there's, you know, they're able to do like all kinds of stuff with that. At one point it rotates and it's the entire Earth. You can see all the, you know, all the continents and everything. And it's just, it's so amazing. And there's just music with it. And it's really, really amazing, like incredible. I can't stop saying amazing because it is amazing. But
yep.
Yeah, like there. See, you got all the continents there, and it just turns around, and you know, you just get a great. Brian got a great shot there. He just he was right at the perfect point of where he could stand. He was able to get everything.
Yeah. He always gets because Brian's a local. I guess he knows all the little vantage points, because when he does live streams with the fireworks, or when he's showing off anything, he always knows where to go, which is the best vantage point. So, and hello to you, Brian. Guys, look, go over to Brian's Magic Life and make sure you subscribe, because he's in the parks, like, well, Disney World every week and sometimes twice a week, and he is showing you exactly what's going on. Our local celebrity he is now. So yeah, we'd love to see him back on the show, to be honest, because you know, it's great to see him and find out all about Disney World, because he's there on the ground. So he, you know, I always have lots of questions to ask him about Disney World and what exactly is going on there. So yeah. So the 50th going on there at the moment, and Halloween at the same time. It's an interesting mix, you know, sort of, because they're not sort of doing Halloween fireworks or anything like that, and we're more concentrating on the 50th. Isn't that right, Chase?
Yeah, I'd say so. Now that their 50th celebration has started, that'll be primarily what we're seeing for, you know, the 18 months that, you know, that they're going to celebrate it. And I saw the Tumblr that everybody was fighting over, and I was like, really? That's it? I was like, this is not very...
Yeah.
I saw somebody who actually purchased it after the fact, and they unwrapped it, and she actually questioned whether she should keep it because it was $50 for a plastic tumbler.
Yeah.
And it's just like for the 50th, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
No thanks.
No. Yeah, it's a pretty expensive tumbler, but you know that I even noticed on Shop Disney UK, all the merchandise is over there as well. in so Australians can buy it. So it's all over Shop Disney as well, the merchandise. So like if you can't get into the parks or you don't want to line up in the parks for the merchandise, it's right there to buy it online as well. And I don't think much of it is sold out either. So yeah, it's always good to take a look online rather than spending your whole day in the parks lining up. But I guess some people like to do that. I know we had um, I know we had a big problem when Splash Mountain sort of got announced, didn't we? You know, when we were going over to Princess of the Frog overlay into Splash Mountain, a lot of people were over there in the store in Critter Country buying a whole heap of Splash Mountain merch. So, which is still
There,
available now. Like,
which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because I mean, it's just like, they're thinking, oh, once the attraction.
and buy a whole heap of it, and let somebody on that day miss out. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that. I'll tell you that Australia has now come out of lockdown. Just to give Australians a little bit of a and you guys over there a little bit of information about what's going on here. So we've come out of lockdown now in Sydney, and now the whole country is actually out of lockdown. We've still got some borders closed, but we're looking at international borders opening up for Christmas. So a lot of people will probably be traveling over to Disney. Look, one of the biggest destinations, I think we have about 6 or 7 flights daily, is to LAX, and then people are on to Disneyland from that. So it's extremely popular for us to come
Yep.
over here. So that will be happening again soon. And what I did want to sort of tell you folks about is the fact that Chase can now help you out with your travel. We've mentioned this before, but I just wanted to bring that up on your site again, Chase, because tell us a bit about what you can do for people if they're traveling, like Disney Park, all over the States, and also a Disney cruise. You can really help them out with all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I can. I can definitely help you with your booking for any Disney parks. So,
yep,
if you're looking to go to Disneyland, Walt Disney World, if you're wanting to take a Disney cruise or an Adventures by Disney, or if you want to check out the beautiful weather that they have in Hawaii at the Aulani Resort in Oahu, I can help. Having a travel agent on your side and doing this for you is they do all the waiting. They wait on the phones for you. They
mm-hmm,
get things bundled up for you and taking care of things. We're advocates for you to have the most amazing vacation that you could have. And so if you want to stay on property, if you want to be, I can help you with all of those and get you on the most magical vacation ever. So from my website, there is a consultation form that you can fill out.
right,
And that consultation form comes directly to me. And I'll be able to call you as soon as I get it. I added a time on there that's like, you can add when would be the best time to call. And it'll be me you're talking to when we get this. So you're not going to be in touch with a stranger. It'll be me getting in touch with you after you're ready to start setting up your vacation.
yep,
And I get just as excited helping people with their trips as when I plan mine. So
yep,
I can also help you out with any destinations for Universal Studios in Hollywood or Orlando.
yep,
So there's a lot of potential here. Trips all over the place, no matter where you're wanting to go. I can
mm-hmm.
help you with that. So
Yeah, that's
definitely check it out and let
yep.
me know if you're ready to set your trip up.
Yeah, definitely. And that goes to Australians as well, because there's nothing like having an expert, especially on your first trip, Disney trip. Because a lot of people I've been talking to on our Facebook group, Australians Travelling to Disney Parks, is that a lot of people are going over to Disney World as well. And with that, you can do cruises over there on that side as well that Chase can help you out with. and it just gives you a real insight on your first trip or on any trip into Disney, and to help. And Chase can offer things. What if you do this and that, which you didn't completely know about? So it's a great way to book your Disney holiday. So make sure you talk to Chase about that, and as easy as going over to disneylandtoday.net and clicking on the little link he's got there, and takes you to a form. If you're in Australia, Chase will probably contact you through other means than calling, but definitely you'll be talking to him, and he'll be booking your holiday exclusively. So that's great. That's great news. I'm really happy that I will be using that service next time we come over, and getting Chase to wait on the phone for me, so I don't have to. Because telephone calls to the hotels from here are quite often expensive, so it's good that Chase can jump on for you and get those all booked.
Yeah, and I mean,
and
if
done
you're
for
on
you.
the phone for hours, yeah, that can get pretty pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's about it for what I had this week. But what is there anything else going on in Disney parks that we kind of need to know about this week, Chase, that I've missed out on, do you think? He's thinking.
I think we covered quite a bit about it. The only thing I think that we were going to discuss is that if you guys are traveling to the parks or a friend who is disabled, I've got a brand new article about that, about how you can, and there's a lot of amazing stuff that Disney has been able to do for these individuals. And I highly recommend that you check that out, especially the video that we have for one of the sign language, the signing interpreters. That is just, it's so amazing what he does. And if we get to
Yep.
see this, it's awesome.
So this is a video here. And most people in the park would sign, including some of the characters. Like I've seen Minnie sign to a deaf person in the park. So that's probably one of the things that I've seen, and it's just so beautiful when you see something like this. And it's amazing that Disney does so much. And sorry about the lag in the video here, but it's one of the things that Disney are so good at, isn't it? Providing, just as much fun to any disability in the park that any of, someone who isn't disabled is. And you can see their faces just light up because of that. I'm just so, that's just a great part of the parks. So, if you have any issues with your disability and coming to the park, Disney takes care of those very, very well. So, through the hotels, through the parks, and it's extremely good to see. And love the fact that you did write a story on that, just to let everyone know, because I think everyone, no matter who you are, needs to enjoy the magic of Disney. And biggest part about walking into a Disney park is to see everyone smiling when they walk in. That's everyone from every walk's
Absolutely.
life smiling, and it's really a place where people come together and enjoy that together. So that was fantastic to see that story on your site, Chase. And I love the way on DisneylandToday.net we do see a lot of stories like this, just not the usual story that just news that's coming through, but you do tell us about how to Disney bound, what food to pick up, what's your favorite restaurant, and give us a really good insight on just a person coming to the park for the first time, what they need to take to the park, etc., etc. So I think a lot of people really appreciate that when you write those stories, Chase, because it helps us immensely when we don't know what's going on in the park, or don't know. Just head over there, and there's lots of suggestions. So thanks very much for that, Chase. Look, DisneylandToday.net, easily the
No, thank
best.
you.
easily the best site to go to before you go to Disneyland for sure. So yeah, that was kind of Disney this week. You know, we wait for holiday season to come on, which is really exciting. But we've got Halloween night to come this Sunday. There is an Oogie Boogie Bash on Halloween night, I'm thinking, Chase, for sure. That's pretty much sold
I
out.
believe so,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yep. So
I'm sure that was one of the very first ones that sold out. That would
yeah,
be, I think, a little bit crazy to be there on Halloween.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing. Yeah, it's like, okay, it's over and on to the holidays. But it's good that we it's good that we have something to be excited about. Let down if we didn't have anything to come through, so that's great. It's just that transition that's quite funny. But yeah, and I think the Haunted Mansion holiday sort of continues past Halloween, doesn't it? Into the holiday season. When do we
Yes,
sort of
it stays until, I believe, January 9th.
right? And then we
So
go back.
January 9th should be when it converts back to the regular mansion.
Yeah, and it's usually closed for a couple of weeks after that. Is it? We'll be on holidays over